Do you ever feel like no matter how much you've been affirming, the old story is still just creeping back in and you are continuing to affirm, but there is one specific reason why you're experiencing this old story? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to any new viewers. We are delving deeper today into your old story, why you keep experiencing it through your thoughts, emotions. Why does it creep back in when you've been making progress? You've been putting in the effort. So why hasn't it fully gone away yet? That's what we're going to answer and delve into today. So do stay tuned to hear all my thoughts. Thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy, if you'd like to see more of my content and get that extra support and have your manifestation questions answered. Also, stay tuned till the end of this video because I'm going to add in a little bonus element that I wanted to incorporate. Just a fun little extra. I might do this to the end of all my videos going forward, but it's just a little extra thing to keep you guys on track. A little quote to remember. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, everything else is on screen. And you can also get bonus content and exclusive videos and Q&As as a member, which is only $8.99 a month. Everything is on screen and in the description box if you want to go take a look for yourself. And now let's start the video. Your subconscious mind actually runs and operates on memory loops and obviously memories. So looping whatever has been saturated in your mind, things that you've repetitively thought, repetitively experienced, anything that had a significant impact on you, on your mind, and it runs on those familiar memory loops. So whatever has been the main focus in your mind, that's what is feeding the subconscious and therefore being externalized. So it's not a focus on what is true now or what directly reflects your manifestation in this exact moment. That's the thing you need to remember. It's not like a normal mindset and a normal, experience in reality in life. It doesn't reflect exactly what is objectively true in the facts. It's a time delay. So obviously you're not going to suddenly shift realities and, constantly manifest the things that you've been focusing on, positive or negative. So remember that it's not a reflection of what's true right now. It's what's been repeated and saturated in your mind. So tying it into quantum physics, as I often do, to explain to you guys the science, the logic of why this actually happens, your mind is still maintaining that old reality because those are the kind of the neural pathways that you have, your brain is maintaining those old neural pathways because it's the most familiar. It's what your mind has been conditioned to focus on. It's the repetition that you've put into your mind, again, unconsciously without realizing. I think I just repeated my point there, but we're going to ignore that. And your neural pathways get trained automatically without realizing. It just happens. So, through that repetition, that saturation, your mind and your body are obviously interconnected. Your brain is receiving signals, the neural pathways are firing, I think you could say. So it's literally the easiest neural pathway that's been conditioned because of the memory loop, the repetition. This is what to your mind and subconscious is still currently held at the core, but it doesn't mean your manifestation isn't working and your thoughts and beliefs aren't shifting. It's just filtering out what that old story has kind of repeatedly created in your subconscious, if that makes sense. And remember that every potential exists now, every potential reality that you want, the reality of you being with your SP, of you just living your dream life, having your dream appearance, all the goals you want to achieve, the mindset things, the self-concept, super high self-concept, all of this exists in potential realities. Probably all at once, if you imagine your dream life. The lighting also just shifted there. September weather, but yeah, ignore if I go super pale or super golden. Back on track, you do want to remember that because that reality already exists, you're not creating something new. You're connecting to that through the quantum field, the quantum magnetic field, magnetism, to that ideal reality, and it already exists. So your mind is connecting to that, but it needs that repetition to override the old story. When your old story does show up, the main thing you want to remember and do is not try and fight against it, unless it's with your mental diet, but don't try and force a shift. Don't, panic and spiral and fight it in that respect. Push back against it with your mental diet by repeating what you do believe in, what is true, what is the new story, because that's the most important element. Just just put a label on it that it's from the past. It's a past echo of the old story. The old story is still echoing through, filtering out, but it's not factual. It's not objective. It doesn't mean you're stuck in that or that nothing has changed and it's impossible to change. Don't think that way. Don't fall into that victim mindset, because it is just echoing the past circumstances, the old story. It's not permanent, it is shifting. So you need to let it filter out and kind of just ignore it. Like if someone was having a temper tantrum in public, especially as Londoners, we just kind of ignore that, go about our day, you know, stiff upper lip and all that. That is how you want to handle manifestation. Completely disregard that. Do not panic, do not emotionally or mentally react. If you need to apply your mental diet and put your, you know, positive news story in and erase the old story and say, actually, no, that's not true. That may have been the case, but that's the old story. Right now, I have X. So replace it in that way, but just try not to panic or push back against it. Because if you fight and put your focus on it and really deem it something really significant, or oh my gosh, I need to resolve this, why is this happening, why is that happening, you're just putting your mind back on that topic. A little practice that you can do to really shift around and put your focus and energy into that new story, just shift your mindset, the identity that you're embodying. Really take a deep breath. It's like doing sats and relaxing and getting to a meditative state. Take a deep breath, straighten, or if you're laying down, you can just be in a relaxed state as well, but straighten your posture, shoulders back, confident, self-assured, and speak and think to yourself as if you're in that new story already. Imagine the version of you yourself, already being in that reality. How would you feel? How would you carry yourself? You'd probably be confident, happy, grateful, excited. You'd feel fulfilled, successful, you know, all these different elements, even if it's just for an SP relationship or just a job or just self-concept. It doesn't have to be your perfect reality in every imagined sense, but it ties into that. You're living a fulfilled life. So hold yourself, carry yourself like that. Imagine and think to yourself, in this moment, if I were there, just pretend it's an acting exercise if you want. You don't have to believe it. Carry and think to yourself and speak to yourself as if you're already there. A few extra points and practices before I get onto that little bonus element. Keep it always short and concise. That's what I always say for affirmations to clients. Short, to the point, really concise. But even just a 5-second focus can be really, really powerful. Imagine yourself in that end result, in that end state of already having achieved what you want. And the mind honestly doesn't even care or respond to whether you truly believe it or if it's factual or logical. None of those kind of things or past circumstances matter. If you apply repetition and consistency, it's literally rewiring your mind, your neural pathways, as we mentioned earlier in the video. Everything is responding. It's a domino effect that creates a positive cycle. More movement, more visible movement, because movement's always happening anyway. Your 3D reality shifting more, your mindset shifting. When you change your beliefs, your external reality shifts. So all of this is this positive cycle that you're going to perpetuate and build into by applying that repetition and consistency. Again, your mind doesn't care if it's real or believable. It doesn't respond to logic. It responds to, how much effort you put into and focus you put into a specific outcome. As even if it's just a visualization and it's not based on a past circumstance, your mind is responding to that. And every time you override that old story, it is strengthening that new reality, the new quantum reality, the connection to the quantum realm of that reality that you want to experience, because the outcome already exists. And you're strengthening your own connection because you're feeling it, you're thinking it, you're embodying it. All of it just tells your mind and your body, your neural pathways as well, that this is real, this is true, this is my life now. I feel this way, I think this way. There must be good things. It must be this thing that I keep repeating. That is how your subconscious is going to respond to that. So every time that old story comes up, it is another opportunity to collapse that, to collapse time into the reality that you want, the quantum reality that already exists, where you have the exact desire you're thinking of for this video. As you're watching it, you're like, this is what I'm manifesting. This is my goal. I want to reach that end result. It exists. It's already in existence. It's real. It's there. It's just for you to connect to it more and more. You collapse into that reality. Well, not you, but that reality is collapsing into existence out of all the other probability, because you're putting your focus into it, you're connecting to it so much. Bonus final element to the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. Here's a little extra point for everyone who watched until now. Neville Goddard quote that I think is really relevant to this and shows you his own teachings, and everything tied into law of assumption actually supports all of this. It is real. It does exist. It is a real principle for manifesting of how to believe in it, what to do. Man is what he remembers. So mankind, people are what they remember. What do you remember? What do you focus on? It can be revision. Again, this isn't tied into objective reality or facts, or, oh, this happened in the past, therefore that's the only, real outcome. Man is what he remembers. So what do you want to remember? Only positive circumstances, only positive experiences, and only positive assumptions that you are telling yourself. You decide your reality. So you are what you remember. You are in a successful relationship, in this way to translate it grammatically, but yeah, you are in that successful end result of your manifestation. You just need to remember, meaning focus and think about it repetitively, and that old story will be a rerun in your mind, so to speak, until you stop remembering it. So replace it, focus on the new story. I think I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and that this was useful information. I think I did touch on a few really interesting points that I haven't previously. So yeah, do thumbs up, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Bye.